Trauma Trap 8. In video 7, we have discussed the emotional wave response to imagination. In this video, we investigate the emotional wave plus G-center identity capture. This is where the emotional yes, no becomes identity, the identity becomes destiny. We now move into the identity integration stage, where emotional permission becomes self-concept, and self-concept becomes destiny. This is the G-center or identity center function in the manifestation pipeline. Stage 5, G-center, identity integration. Primary function: the G-center decides, is this reality consistent with who I believe I am? If yes, the potential becomes part of the self. If no, the potential is rejected even if it is desired. This is where belief, self-worth, life direction, and belonging all converge. Critical principle: the G-center does not care whether something is logical, higher purpose, spiritually aligned, healthy, growth-producing. It cares only about, does this match the identity my nervous system is attached to? It asks the identity questions: does this match my logic? Does this match my desire? Does this match my vision? Does this match my truth? This is why people sabotage what they want when it contradicts who they think they are allowed to be by their own belief system rooted in past experiences. Because the answers to these questions are shaped and colored by previous experiences. Your past. The G or identity center holds narratives shaped by childhood attachment dynamics. I am wanted, I am too much, I must earn love, relationships are dangerous. Core existential identity beliefs: I am worthy or unworthy, I am loved or unseen, I am safe or abandoned. Directional orientation: this is my life path. This is the kind of person I become in this life. This decides what realities are allowed by your identity perceptions. And obviously, these realities are subjective, not objective reflections of the actual reality. Emotional response to identity link: after the solar plexus or emotional body gives emotional permission safe or safe enough, the G or identity center checks. Does this reality preserve my identity? Or does it require the death of who I currently am? If the new experience would require a new level of intimacy, a new level of visibility, a new level of power, a new level of self-worth, a new level of vulnerability, the G will likely block the manifestation. Unless the emotional body trusts that the identity shift is safe. Important: this is why emotional healing is identity reconfiguration, not emotional relief. The G-center is the self-permission layer. This is where manifestation actually succeeds or fails. Let's review the emotional check to identity scenarios again. Scenario 1, the solar plexus or emotional body allows the feeling, plus, the G or identity center accepts the identity shift. Result is manifestation. Scenario 2, the solar plexus or emotional body allows the feeling, but the G or identity center rejects the identity shift. Result is self-sabotage. Scenario 3, the solar plexus or emotional body blocks the feeling, hence, the G or identity center becomes irrelevant due to the previous emotional blockade. Result is repeating old patterns. So, emotional safety determines whether we try. Identity permission determines whether it sticks. Trauma patterns in the G-center. When trauma is active, the G identity center anchors identity around survival strategies, beggar, bugger personas. Self-concept becomes fear-shaped. Example: if I am visible, I will be attacked. If I love deeply, I will be abandoned. If I trust, I will be betrayed. If I ask for needs, I will be rejected. Key insight: so the G identity center rejects love, belonging, success, intimacy, or abundance, not because it does not want them, but because they violate the known identity safety state. The G will always choose familiar pain over unfamiliar possibility, unless the emotional wave reaches clarity and emotional capacity expands. The bridge to our work. Our beggar, bugger, bonus blessing being method is identity recoding at the G identity center level. Beggar equals identity built on lack and needing external validation. Bugger equals identity built on frustration and externalized blame. Bonus blessing equals identity built on inherent worth and internal validation. We are teaching how to return to inner peace, solar plexus clarity, how to reparent the emotional memory, How to install a new identity template in the G Center. That is why every real transformation, following this method, feels like an actual rebirth. Because it is since the identity structure is replaced. The key essence here is, the G Center is where imagination becomes identity and identity becomes destiny. Change identity means, change life trajectory. Identity is the pivot point where, the field becomes form, or collapses back into the past. Next step. Now we proceed into, the motivation, fuel layer. To be continued.